Hello, Boxer1 here, and you read the title. Today we're going to be looking at Pirate Plank, a LEGO game from 2011, and it has 5 figures and a pretty cool little build on a very nice base plate. So, let's get into this. I will show you first the set and then how to play the game. And first, we're going to be looking at the figures, of which there are 5. The first 4 figures in the set are playable figures, meaning you use them to actually play the game, and they include all pirates, obviously. This guy, who is the white figure, and he has very nice blue stripes and then polka-dotted bandana on. He's missing a tooth, and he has some little stuff on him as well. No back printing, obviously. None of them have back printing. Second guy, slightly more scruffy looking. He has a open shirt, and he has, or vest, it's not actually a shirt, and then some ragged shorts. He has little toes on the bottom as well. I didn't notice that just until now. And he has a little scar. The next figure is this red guy. He has, well, he's red. He has another vest on and a red striped shirt, as well as red hair, and some little boots or shoes as well. The final playable figure is this tan one. And he has a gray beard, that's what I was thinking of, and a nice little vest. He has another red striped shirt under there, and you can also see his toes. Very cool, and if you're wondering why I showed them all at once, it is because the last figure doesn't actually involve being moved in the game. He is literally just, if it'll focus, for display, and then there is one game rule with him. He is the pirate captain. Now, he has a orange beard, and he is a black figure. He has some very nice, fancy clothes on, and a nice pirate hat as well. And I quite like this one. He has an eye patch, and he's just a very cool figure. Most of the time, however, he will just sit, if I don't drop him, right here, and he won't do anything. And the actual build for this set is pretty simple. It's pretty small. It's on a 16 by 16 blue base plate, and it has sharks in the water. You could say these are rocks or something, but they're supposed to be sharks. I thought they were rocks at first, but they're pretty cool. He has this very nice ship, which has 4 planks coming out from it, very long planks, probably not very stable in the water, but they are just held up by some small pieces like that. On the front, he has 3 big sails and a flag on the top. One of those skulls and crossbows things. Another is found on the dice, and you'll see why most of the dice is blank in a second. It has to do with these. And yeah, the rest of the ship is just a black, gold, and brown color scheme with the white sails. Very simple. Has a cannon up here as well, though. Very nice. These things here all have to do with movement, which I'll talk about the rules of the game in just a second. But what you'll have to know is you get 8 of each of these, and then 2 wrenches, and then the die itself, which has one of those skull and crossbones, as mentioned earlier. And as with most of these games, they are quite simple in their builds, but they are kind of complex in their instructions. This one, not so much. Definitely not as much as Heroica, but it still has some pretty cool instructions, which can be found in the instruction book. It comes with 2, this one for building the set, and then this one for actually knowing how to play the game. It does come in, English, French, and then Spanish as well. I don't know why I'm stuttering or failing to speak so many times. Now, most of what you'll need to know is on this page, and we'll start up here with the dice. Now, the dice is obviously very important for moving, and we'll talk about the different things the dice can do. First one, Pirate Captain. It has the option to move you 2 steps backward, and the way you lose is if you go to the front and jump off the plank. If you are moved all the way to the front, you lose. Your objective is to stay at the back. And yeah, the pirate captain moves your pirate backwards 2 spaces, or lets you choose another player to move his or her pirate forward 1 step. Now, to put that into perspective, what you can do is if you roll this skull and crossbones, you can either, say you're this guy, move yourself back to here, that's 2 spaces, or move this guy up. But you can't do both at once. Now, you'll have to choose which one you want to do based on their position. Say you're this guy and this guy is the enemy. You'd probably want to move him up instead of moving yourself back. But if you were this guy, you'd want to move him back. Now, this is pretty interesting. The sides of the dice, you may have noticed, are mainly bare. Now, what that means is that you can, once you roll them, and you'll roll almost all of these in the beginning, is that you get to place one of these movement squares, which are what they are used for, onto the dice. Only one and only on that side, though. Now, those movement squares are pretty important. They are what will either get you out or get your enemy out. Or opponent out. Not really enemy, but you know what I mean. And you see how that works here. If you move onto one with this, say you don't like yellow, and so you put yellow on there as your movement square. If you roll it again, say you just roll it and you get that, you can either choose to place another square on there, so you don't like yellow double, you can put another one on there, or you can choose to make your opponent move one step forward for each of the movement squares on the dice. Now, say you only have one on there, pretend that doesn't exist, he would only move forward one space. So we'll do that. But if he had two on there, he'd move forward 2 spaces. And that can be with all players. Say you have, this side has 2 yellow and then 1 tan and then 1 red. I don't know how to speak, apparently. That would move your yellow guy 2, this guy 1, and this guy 1, which means it can be really dangerous. Also, it can get you out. If you're, say, the yellow guy, and you roll this, you're cooked. That is, if you don't have the next rule. And that is that if you do roll one side that already has some movement squares but doesn't have all of them, you can choose to put one on here so you don't have to end your own turn on a bad note by moving yourself forward too. And as you can see at the bottom, it says if you are pushed off the plank, so if you make it to the end and you fall off, you lose, you're out. If you win the game, well, to win the game, you got to be the last player on the plank. So you got to have all your opponents in the water getting eaten alive by sharks. Very fun. Now, being Lego and being a game, you can make your own rules. And I don't know why it doesn't like the focus, but you can make your own rules. And some of them that are suggested here are that this, which is deciding not to make players move forward, or choosing just one, or making all. Now, that's an interesting thing because if you roll this, you can choose to have your be nice and not have yellow move forward 2. You can have these guys move forward 2, or you can choose to have all of them move forward 2, and if you're feeling really nice, you can just basically skip your turn and not have any move forward. Another interesting rule is that if a player rolls the skull and crossbones, he can have the captain, he can place the captain on whatever board he would like. So say he pushes it on this guy. That would mean that the player with the skull, or with the pirate captain on it, would have to move forward twice the spaces on his turn. Meaning that if his thing is rolled, say he has a white here, and it's only 1 white, he has to move forward 2 spaces now. If he has 4 whites, then you better hope that the enemy player has chosen to not make you move, because you would be, in fact, all the way over, what would it be, right here, I believe, or here, which basically put you at the end of the game. Sorry, 1 up from that, so even worse. And, yeah, you're literally 1 step away from being shark food. If rolled again, however, you can choose to put the pirate captain on another person's plank, to have the same thing done to you, done to them. So, very fun. The final little rule here is Shark Survivor, meaning that if a player falls into the water, they can roll the pirate skull, and if they do roll it, they can go on to the last step of their plank, meaning they'll still be in the game. From my understanding, you can do this once, but you may be able to do it as many times as you want. I mean, it is your rules. But yeah, this is a pretty fun game. I've played it a couple times before, and I've had very, very, very competitive matches with it, we'll just say. I quite like it. I quite like the figures you get with it. In fact, I have an extra one of these from another game board set that came with some extra stuff. But yeah, I really like this one. So if you ever find it and you decide to play it, I hope you'll like it too. Now you know how to play it, and if you don't, you can always just rewind if you have a problem you're stuck on. But yeah, I do hope you enjoyed. I shall see you next time, where we will be doing an animation, so that'll be fun. I shall see you then, and goodbye.